Hi everybody, welcome to Kate Space. I'm Kate from Pixie Designs. It's great to have you here. I have recently become the owner of a very large amount of old vintage library cards. Now these are from a university down in the South Island of New Zealand, and I have a feeling they may be from the theology department, maybe the philosophy department, I'm not sure. I haven't been able to look at all of them. I bought them and collected them when I was up in Auckland one weekend, and I've had to leave a lot of them behind, and hoping that my eldest daughter will bring them down at Easter for me. But I thought I would have a little bit of a play with these to see what sort of things we could do with them. Now I've had a bit of a clean up after making my journal, and I wanted to use some of the scraps and things, so I'm just going to have a play and see what any of this looks like. It might not really look that good. Some of the subjects on these cards for me are not really something I would choose to have. But also I don't want to spend a whole lot of time thinking about what I want to cover up, because, you know, I like numbers and things like that. So first of all, I've got these little labels. These are from Ruby and Pearl, and this is just a scrap of ledger, a digital. And I just thought that looked quite nice. So that's what I'm going to do. That's it. I'm going to try and keep it simple to start with. How is everybody? I hope you're all well. These library cards are going to be in my shop, and they're just going to be randomly picked and put into packages as plain cards. I thought about selling some decorated ones, which I may also do. I'm not sure yet. So there we go. We've just got a little library card with a bit of a just a collage on there. We could ink around this if we wanted to, just really lightly, because they are quite old. They're already a little bit aged anyway. This one's got some marks on the back where it's rubbed up against another one. We could stitch around them. I'm going to just tie some ribbon around here. Just this little pink organza ribbon, just for a little bit more. So that's one done. Let's see how we go. I've got another one here, and I've got on this one, I've got some old ledger. That I thought I would put on. So we can pop that there. I love those numbers here. So those are the years. John Newton, 1725 to 1807. I presume those are his years that he was alive. So he's an old dude. He's an old dead dude now. And another bit of that scrap of ledger that I used on the other one. And then another one of these little snippety labels from Ruby and Pearl to add a bit of colour. Oops, it tore, I think. And there we have another one. And they're just lovely on the back because they're just beautiful to write on, I think. Okay, that's two. And here here's another one. So I've got again some more of that ledger that obviously I've had been using for something else. Oh, I can't remember how I had this now. Is it that way? Can't remember now. It's just going to have to go that way. Oh no, I think that went on top, did it? That's how I'm going to do it. Don't really know how I had it, but anyway, it's going to go like that. And then all you can see is those that line there. And I'm going to wrap that down and under for now. And then I had this fussy cut flower that I've had. It's been around for ages. And it was on my desk in the cleanup. And I thought, well, try that. So actually by the time I've done all that, you can't really see any of the typing. Does it matter? I don't know, maybe. But like I said, I have so many of these and I really need to just start playing with them, working out ways of using them so I can pop them in journals. And then we'll see if anybody else might end up being interested in them. I actually really like that one. It's pretty simple and plain, but I mean, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have covered up so much of the type, but it still looks cool. I've got another one here. Again, if I use this, I'm going to end up covering up most of the type, but let's just try it. The other thing is you could just do a few neutral things on these and then go back and put a focal point on them later if you were going to put them in a specific journal. That could work. I've got some here that I grunged up when I was doing my grungy page for Junk Journal January. So I'm just going to bring that down so you see a little bit of the type there. I'm going to wrap that up and around the back. So I do really like that. We could go ahead and pop a fussy cut or something on this one, or a sticker. So I'm going to go with a sticker and make this one pretty. These washi stickers are great. They really can make something pretty ordinary look pretty nice. So there we go. There's another one. I'm not going to tie anything onto that one. I've got another one here. And all I've got for this one at this stage is some embossed paper and some of the old music. So this is going to have a lot less on it at this stage. This one is not as cream in colour. Some of them are whiter. So we could go in with the coffee dye afterwards with this one and see what happens. So there we go. Maybe put some ink on this one. And I have this one here, and all I've got for this one at this stage is this. The other thing we could do is put some doily on it. So I'm not sure about that one. Right, so that's a bit of collage on them. I think they come up really nicely. I'm probably going to come up with other ideas as the days and weeks go by, and I think I'll do, if I think of something and I like it and I have a play and I like it, I'll do a video to show ideas. But yeah, look how cool they are, and that's so simple and quick. Right, the other idea I had, and I just need to get set up, so I'll be right back with you. So I thought using some of my stamps would work well, so let's have a look. And I can kind of relax about my stamping too, because I've got so many of these. If I stuff it up, it doesn't really matter. So this one's not as yellow as the others. In an ideal world, they would all be from like the science, and they'd be all botanical. But like I said, I haven't looked at all of them. I just want to test this on something first, because that's just what I do. Yeah, imagine if they were all botanical. That would be cool, and then you could do botanical stamps on them, but they're not, and so that's okay. So right, I'm going to have to stand up for this because I can't do it sitting down. There we go. Cool. This is one of my favourite stamps. And then I thought maybe a little label or something on it. Thought that would be quite fun. So even though the subject is not really anything to do with what I've put on there, I don't think it really matters that much, but the stamp looks cool, and then you can sort of, you've got the type coming through, the typewriting coming through from the back. I mean, you get the idea that it's a library card. So that's really neat. I like that one. Let's do another one. So this one's a little bit more yellowed, creamy colour. You could also do it this way so that it sticks out from the page. Okay, I'm just gonna get some ink on here. Try and get it straight. So I'm going to do it this way this time. I don't really want to cover up some of those numbers, but I might put this little label on here. But yeah, when I was having a play, I was thinking, oh, you just got to not worry about what you're covering up too much, because otherwise you'd be spending too long. And maybe some of them aren't going to look as good as others. You'll just maybe muck them up. But so there's that one. And then you could actually, I've got another one here. Oh, that won't work with that one. But you could make another one on the other side, and you could slip it over a page in your journal. Let's have a look. So you could have it, and it could go like that. That's kind of cool. And then, oh yeah, this one would work. So go like that, Oh, the hole on that one's huge. I wonder why. So that doesn't quite match. Here, let's use this one. So they're not perfect, they don't perfectly match up, but that's kind of because they're old, I guess, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so you could glue it on like that around a page. Sorry. And then you could have some ribbon or lace or something tied around it. And that could peek out of your journal. I like that. I like that idea. See, I don't know if that's on a, oh, that doesn't matter because that's on a page that's within, short page, so that's within my journal, but I really love how that looks. It looks really cool. And then if you wanted a bit of colour, you could use a stamp or something, another piece of paper on top of that. So that's cool how they tie together like that. So yeah, I've done a few. As you can see, I had a little bit of fun with the stamping. Yeah, so that's those, and then I thought we could get a bit messy and see what happens when we start throwing a bit of coffee around. Let's just choose any random ones. There we go, and I've got some coffee. And make a big mess. Okay, so I'm just gonna sort of go in with some coffee here, and we might need to use the dryer to speed this up. So good to see that the ink doesn't run. Oh, I've got dirty fingers and they're getting on there, so I just go wash my hands. That's better. Right, so I've done some coffee. I'm just gonna get my dryer thing and dry them. Okay, so we've got these all dry. Now for this lot, I think I'm going to do some texture paste. Now this always takes ages on video because of the cleanup in between, but if I'm quick, I might be able to get them all done and then go clean up and then come back. So the first one, so this is just my little pot of sort of jib stopping compound. It's nothing fancy, and it's probably due, it is due to be refilled. So this is a bit stiff, so we'll see how we go, but I thought we'd do a few little lattice diamonds up there and peel that off, and then maybe do some here. Okay, so that's one. And I'll give that a bit of a wipe. Lots of people have asked about this stencil here. It's called Flower Lattice or Floral Lattice, and it's from Kerry's shop, Which Craft Do You Do, which is in Australia. Okay, so now I've got this little one here, which is like a wall, an old wallpaper. This is one of Sam Paul's. I don't know how this will look on here. It might be a bit sort of big for this card, but we'll just pop a little bit on there. I'm just going to leave it at that. So that's that one. Moments like these, I miss my sink. Because you could just have a little bit of water. I could have a bowl of water down here, obviously, to throw these in. But yeah, having the sink was so good. But anyway, it's all good. Right, then I thought I might do this one, but the mini one. I'm going to do it that way and see what it looks like. Cute. And my stencils are looking a bit worse for wear. They've been well used and it's probably time for them to be replaced. They don't last forever because they're just delicate, and the little plastic bits catch on things, but they are great. So that's a Tim Holtz one, as is this. So one more. The thing is, you don't have to do it lengthways either. You could do it the other way. But this is where I'm doing it now. Oh. Oh, that went everywhere. I think I've got it on my nose. Okay, that's enough. Enough. Okay, that one's got lots on. Right. Okay. Okay, now for the cleanup, and then I'll be back. Okay, so those are pretty much dry now with the texture paste on them. Now, you could go further and add some colour, but I thought to add some colour I would actually go into my scraps of sari silk. I've got this jar here that's just full of scraps, or smaller pieces that need to be used, and I thought that would be a great way of adding colour. I know I've done a lot of the tying up on the side here, but maybe this one could have a bow. Maybe not. That might be too short. Yeah, it is. But that's a cool way to add some colour to something that's quite neutral. Now, hang on, let me just fix that up. I'm not happy with that. So I'm just going to use a small bit of it. And then I'm going to cut that. So again, super simple, not too many things on there. This one's got a lot more texture paste on it. So what am I going to use? I like this beautiful blue one. It's quite Do I want it to be nice and wide like that? Maybe I do. It's a gorgeous colour. I don't normally mass make things because what happens is often I'll mass make, oh no, not often, but when in the past as I've mass made things, I tend to hoard them and then I don't use them. Okay, I'm going to try and use all my bright colours. Spring is coming for you guys, so these are all your kind of colours coming up. Spring, Easter, we've got autumn and Easter. So that one can go down, sort of hang down that way, or it can go sideways. And then we've got this lovely, this is so pretty, this one. We find a piece of sari ribbon that I like. Got this really bright pink one. It's not a colour that I would normally use, but I think for just adding some colour to this particular thing, that's perfect. Those all back in there. So there we have it. I'm going to stop there. I've got lots of other things I want to do, but I'm not going to just keep going and going because it gets a little bit, probably get a little bit tedious for you guys. But anyway, let's have a look what we've done. Just as an example of what we could do with these library cards to pop in our journals. Right, let's start from the beginning. So these are the ones we did just with some little simple bits of collage on them. So we've got this one, and that kind of goes round to the back, so you could put something. I haven't tied anything here, but you certainly could. Or you could actually cover up the whole front and just use them as tags. You could cut them like this and use them as tags because they're a nice weight of card. And yeah, so you could cover it all the type and just use them and not have the holes and not have them even looking like altered library cards at all. So yeah, they're cute. I'm happy with those. Then the stamping, yep, like that. And then we've got the one that I've joined together, and I like the idea of joining a bunch of them together as well. Yeah, I like that idea, but this one was so we could sort of put it in, glue it to the edge of the page and make it like an over the page double tuck. So those are cool, and I love those stamped ones. Yeah, they're great. And then we've got our texture paste, so our grungy sort of coffee and our texture paste going on with these ones. Love those, and I'll just show you some others I made, and we might do these next time with some colors and inks. So that's coffee and some of that shimmery ink, those ones. And so you've got that kind of teal coming through the brown, and this is with some gold, some of that puff texture paste. I was using the rest of it up, it's all gone now. And so those ones are quite grungy as well with the roses on them, but I really love them. So again, they can make beautiful pockets or cards, tuck spots, anything you want. So yeah, there we go. There's some ideas. These will be in my shop when I get back from Australia, which will be, I get back on the 21st. So the week after the 21st, whatever that is, people have asked about. So I'm going to pop them in. I'm going to try and work it so the postage is as small amount as possible, but we'll just see how we go with that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you're all well. This will go up while I'm away on holiday, spending time with my girls and their partners and my little grandbaby. So yeah, I'll be having a really wild, amazing time, and I will see you all when I get back. Bye.